Today we continue Malunkyaputta Sutta. This Malunkyaputta Sutta is from Sayadaw Nikaya, collection of miscellaneous discourse. We may assume that this sutta was delivered at the Jetawana monastery in Savatthi. So at one time, Malunkyaputta came to the Buddha, paid respect to him, and sat down at the suitable place. When monks went to the Buddha or attended upon the Buddha, they sat down at a suitable place. That means the place is not too far from the Buddha, not too close to the Buddha, not at the back, not at the right front, no higher than Buddha, and so on. So seated, the Venerable Malunkyaputta said to the Blessed One, Sadhu me bande bhagava sankhitena dhammante setu. Yamaha bhagavato dhamma sutta eko upagato apamato atapi pidato vihariyam. Bande, it would be good for me if the Blessed One would teach me Dhamma in brief. After hearing the Dhamma from the Blessed One, I might dwell alone, secluded, mindful, with energy that dissipates mental defilements, and with mind directed towards enlightenment. So now Malunkyaputta asked the Buddha to teach him a subject of meditation. Maybe he became interested in the practice of meditation because now he was old, very old. The words he used are remarkable. I might dwell alone, secluded, mindful, with energy that dissipates mental defilements, and with mind directed towards enlightenment. It is what all the yogis here are doing. You dwell alone, secluded, mindful. Your intention, your aim, or your goal is only enlightenment. And you put in energy that dissipates mental defilements. All the yogis are doing now. After hearing from the Buddha, he said that he would dwell alone, secluded, mindful, and that he would be energetic, and that he would direct his mind only towards enlightenment. So dwell alone, secluded, mindful, and atapi. Atapi I will be with energy that dissipate mental defilements. I will put effort to dispel mental defilements. The Pali words for this is atapi. The basic meaning of atapi is having something which heats. That means something which heats some other things. Here, heat means making others evaporate, like fire evaporating moistures, fire evaporating wetness. So atapa, energy is compared to these heating things. When there is energy, when there is effort, mental defilements cannot arise in you. The mental defilements are dissipated. The mental defilements are scattered, they are heated, and they evaporate. So energy is supposed to do that kinds of heating. Energy that drive away mental defilements, that dissipate mental defilements. That means I will make effort. I will be energetic. I will not be lazy. That is Malunkyaputta reported to the Buddha. Yes, atapi, atapa. When this state, no flies can hover around a piece of red hot iron. Mental defilements may be compared to flies, and energy may be compared to red hot iron. Wetness is attributed to mental defilements. When your meditational efforts take place, your mind becomes dry, your mind becomes clean. So things become withered, even burnt when you heat up. So your energy will burn up your mental defilements. So we have to explain more some vayama or atapi or energy, right effort. Buddha said the four samabhadana, for right effort, supreme effort, anupanana babagana agusalana dhammana, anupadaya chanda janeti, vayamati viriya arabati chaitam bhaganati padheti. So for supreme effort, the first one is yogis incite his will for the non-arising of the evil things, for the non-arising of the unwholesome things that have not yet arisen. A yogi makes effort Yogi puts forth energy, exerts his mind and perseveres. That is the first one. Second one is Upannanam Papaganam Akusalanam Dhammanam Pahanaya Chanda Janeti Vayamati Virya Arabati Chaitam Beganadi Padahati. That means yogi incites his will to abandon unwholesome things. Yogi incites his will to overcome evil things that have already arisen. And he makes effort, puts forth his energy, exerts his minds, and perseveres. That is second one. And the third one is Buddha said, Anupanana Kusalana Dhammana Upadaya Chanda Janeti Vayamati Virya Arabati Chaitam Beganadi Padhayati. That means yogi incites his will for the arising of wholesome things, profitable things that have not yet arisen. And he makes effort, puts forth his energy, exerts his mind and perseveres. That is the third one. And the fourth one is Upannana Kusalana Dhammanam Titiya Asamosaya Piyo Bhavaya Vipunaya Bhavanaya Chanda Janeti Vayamati Virya Arabati Chaitam Beganadi Padahati. Buddha said the last one. That is, yogi incites his will to maintain the wholesome things, to maintain the profitable things that have already arisen, and not let them go out of his memory, but to bring them to growth, to maturity, and to the full perfection of development. A yogi makes efforts, puts forth his energy, exerts his mind, and perseveres. So such endeavor is called right effort. Buddha explained in detail. So we need to go more detail. The first one is yogi put effort to prevent unarisen, unwholesome things from arising. Whenever you notice or you hear or you see evil acts of killing, stealing, sexual misconducts, daily lies being done by other people, you must strive hard to put yourself above these unwholesome deeds. It is just like trying to safeguard yourself against contagious diseases such as influenza, etc. in time of pandemic or epidemic. Other people do unwholesome, but you try to avoid to do them. You put effort. This is the first one. And the second one is yogi put effort to dispel the evil things. Yogi put effort to overcome unwholesome things that have already arisen. Here Pali Upana means already arisen. So what kinds of unwholesome things that have already arisen in us? So three kinds of unwholesome things, three kilesa. The first one is vitekama akusala or vitekama kilesa. The second one is pariyotana akusala or pariyotana kilesa. The third one is anusaya akusala or anusaya kilesa. Translation is vitekama akusala means transgressive kilesa. Priyotana akusala means obsessive kilesa. And Nusya kilesa means latent kilesa, lying dormant. So Vitekama kilesa is responsible for evil deeds or words such as killing, stealing, telling lies, which one may have already committed. The second one is Priyotana kilesa, that is obsessive, that gives rise to thoughts of lust and sensual desire. The third one is anusaya, latent kilesa or lying dormant. Which has not yet arisen, but lying dormant, but it will arise when opportunity offer. So three kinds of kilesa already arisen in us. Need to remember, can you follow me? Vitekama kilesa. Vitekama kilesa. Pariyotana kilesa. Pariyotana kilesa. Anusaya kilesa. Anusaya kilesa. So Vitekama is what Yogi Tingwe? Transgressive. Vitekama transgressive. Priyotana, obsessive. Anusaya, latent dormant. No? Three types of kilesa already arisen in us. So what we have to do? Killing, stealing, lying. Maybe in samsara we have done previous life before. Priyotana kilesa. Sometimes sensual desire, sometimes ill will, sometimes sloth and torpor, etc. Anusaya is called latent. It not arisen yet, but lying dormant. So we take a kilesa how to dispel transgressive kilesa. Transgressive unwholesome deeds can be dispelled by sila, moral conduct, moral training. You observe sila meticulously. Meticulous observance of sila automatically puts away the evil deeds or words arising out of Videkama Kilesa. So how to dispel the Priyotana Kilesa? Sensual desire, ill will, the kinds of thoughts, evil thoughts of lust and desire belonging to Priyotana Kilesa are dispelled by Samatha Vipassana. When you practice metta meditation continuously, no ill will, no sensual desire, only just the radiating mind, metta citta, continuously going, continuously flowing. At that moment, kilesa cannot enter in you. So evil thoughts of lust and desire are dispelled by samatha vipassana, concentration and insight meditation. And how do you dispel anusaya kilesa? Latent defilements, latent kilesa may be momentarily put away by vipassana. Anusaya defilements can be totally rooted out only when you gain megaphala. So anusaya, two kinds of anusaya. The first one is aramana anusaya. Second one is santana anusaya. Aramana anusaya is mental defilements are embedded in objects. Mental defilements arise when you are experiencing some objects. So where are the mental defilements? Mental defilements are in the objects. When sense objects, visible objects, sound, smell, taste, tangible, and mind objects are perceived through your six senses, eye do, ear do, nose do, tongue do, body do, and mind do, kilesa, mental defilements have a chance to arise. So the first one, aramananusaya, kilesa are embedded in objects. The second one is santananusaya, mental defilements are latent in mental continuity. So mental defilements can arise in any existence when conditions are favorable because they have not been totally eradicated by the mega. So long as we not attain mega, we cannot eradicate santananusaya. Kilesa are latent. Kilesa are lying dormant. So aramananusaya and santananusaya need to remember all anusaya have to be removed. Can you follow me? Aramananusaya. Aramananusaya. Mental defilements are embedded in objects, visible object, sound, smell, taste, tangible and mind object. So mental defilements are in the objects and mental defilements are embedded in objects. So long as you are noting, seeing, hearing, etc., mental defilements can be eradicated momentarily. That is Aramananusaya. Another kind is very deep, Santananusaya. Mental defilements are latent in our mental continuity. So long as we not attain mega, Anusaya is there. When conditions are favorable, we may get angry, we may get attachment, and because kilesa have not been totally eradicated. And Santananusaya, can you follow me? Santananusaya. Mental defilements are latent in mental continuity. Mental defilements are latent in mental continuity. So all kinds of anusaya have to be removed by vipassana momentarily and mega totally. So it is with the view of completely uprooting this anusaya mental defilements that vipassana meditation should be practiced continuously so that aramananusaya cannot be developed. So this point is subtle and deep and can be fully grasped only when yogi have practiced vipassana meditation effectively and adequately. And that effort is efforts to bring out wholesome things which have not yet arisen. So what are the wholesome things? Wholesome things are dana, sila, bhavana, dana, charity, sila, observance of precepts, and samatha vipassana, samatha bhavana, practice of concentration meditation, and vipassana meditation. So all dana, sila, bhavana are all different forms of meritorious deeds. So we should make our best effort to perform any of these meritorious deeds which we have not fulfilled as yet. So in daily life, you observe 5 precepts. 5 precepts very important. If you not observe 5 precepts meticulously, you need to observe. Now you have a good chance to practice meditation, coming to the center and observe 8 precepts is very good. You want to ordain as a nun and as a samanera, as a monk, mohaya sila. And in daily life, your sila is mundane sila. 5 precepts, you observe 5 precepts, just mundane sila. But when you attain Sotapanna mega, Sotapati mega, your sila is supramundane sila. So if you have not attained supramundane sila, you try to become Sotapanna, Sotapati mega, your sila will be very firm, is very reliable sila. Sotapanna 5 precepts is very reliable, very dependable. So mega sila, phala sila, a mega concentration, phala concentration, mega pinya, phala pinya. If we not attain yet, we need to put effort, which have not yet arisen in us. So some people are misleading the true teaching of the Buddha. They mention that all kusala, meritorious deeds will result in prolonging the samsara. They said. So they said wholesome deeds, meritorious deeds is sankara, volitional activities. So according to Paticcasamuppada, Punyabi Sankara, wholesome deeds are conditioned by avijja, ignorance. So in accordance with the doctrine of Paticcasamuppada, law of dependent origination, Sankara Vijaya Vinyanam, conditioned by Sankara volitional activities, there arises Vijnana, rebirth consciousness. So Kusala Sankara or Punyabi Sankara, meritorious deeds will cause the arising of Vijnana, rebirth consciousness. So if you do Sankara, if you do meritorious deeds, you will be reborn again and again, again and again. They want to say like this. So they say that wholesome deeds must be abandoned. They say. So that statement totally contradicts the true teaching of the Buddha. And it is highly misleading. So we have only one way. If kusala, wholesome deeds were to be given up, we would be left entirely with akusala. So akusala, unwholesome deeds would not only prolong the rounds of existence, but surely would lead to the four woeful states. So the real cause for ceaseless rounds of rebirths is rooted in avijja and tanha, ignorance and craving. That is the real cause of our longing in samsara. And these mental defilements can be removed by kusala, wholesome deeds, which should be performed with a view of eradicating mental defilements. So according to the true teaching of the Buddha, any meritorious deeds we should perform. Even if you have not too much and you can offer something, only just one cup of water or a piece of cake to other people with generosity is a good, is a meritorious deed. Only just practice Metta Bhavana continuously, honestly and sincerely. These meritorious deeds are very beneficial. So simple meritorious deeds can cause rebirth in a good realm. And if you be reborn in the good realm, you can hear the Dhamma and you can practice to become a noble person. So you can escape from the suffering of woeful states and the rounds of existence. In one of the story, the frog, in its previous existence, uh, it happened to hear a discourse delivered by the Buddha. The frog did not understand the words of the Buddha, but the frog listened to the Dhamma with respectful attention and calmness. So because of these good deeds, accidentally somebody hit the frog and the frog uh, die and reborn in the celestial realms. So the marriage is only very simple. Just listen to the Dhamma with respectful attention and complacence. With these meritorious deeds, the frog reborn in the celestial realms. So as a deva, as a celestial beings, the frog deity gain the opportunity of listening to the Buddha teaching again, and by virtue of which he attained the stage of Sotapanna. So according to the true teaching of the Buddha, any meritorious deeds we should perform, dana, sila, bhavana, charity, morality, practicing meditation. Sila, morality is better than charity. Meditation is the best. So you practice meditation for 1 month completely. It is very inspiring. For 1 day practice is very valuable. You can get a lot of merits. For 1 minute, 1 hour, 20 hours per day, and many days, many months you practice, you accumulated a lot of merits by practicing Vipassana meditation. Vipassana meditation is the best. So according to the teachings of Buddha, any meritorious deeds should be performed. So effort should be made to bring out any form of wholesome things which have not yet arisen, especially meritorious deeds, Vipassana meditation, which would lead to Megaphala. This is the best. So every time such effort is made, they are developed the path of right effort. So to summarize, 4 effort, 4 atapa. The first one, effort to maintain the wholesome things, wholesome deeds that have already arisen, and to develop them to maturity and to full perfection. And second one, yogi noting everything at the moment of seeing, hearing, touching, knowing is actually making effort you are preventing or you are denying the opportunity to evil things, unwholesome things from arising. It also means you are endeavoring to remove unwholesome things, you are endeavoring to eradicate evil things that have already arisen. So all our bad karma can be removed by this bhavana or meritorious deeds. A yogi is at the same time striving to develop the higher stage of vipassana kusala and Ariya Mega merits which have not yet arisen. And also yogi is striving to maintain and to bring to perfection your vipassana kusala which have already arisen. Yogi reached the first knowledge, Namarupa Prajitanyana. You clearly distinguish the mind and matter. Whenever you observe, you clearly distinguish Nama and Rupa. You see only two things, not only one. You know sitting, touching, sitting, touching. Sitting is one. Notima is totally separated from the touching or sitting. You know the hearing, hearing. Hearing is one, sound wave is one, hearing consciousness is another. They are not mixed, they are totally separated. If your knowledge is clear, it is called Namarupa Pariciranyana, knowledge of defining Nama and Rupa. So when your concentration getting better, you see very clearly. And then you practice more continuously, and you can discern the causal relationship before bending, stretching, and going. You start to capture the intention. It is true. Without intention, you are not here, you cannot move. So that kinds of knowledge you can see yourself. And when yogi reach the stage of Udiyabhaya Jnana, your mindfulness gains momentum. And you can see Namarupa clearly arising and vanishing every time you observe. So this jnana, at this jnana, you have remarkable experiences. You see sunlights, luminous states. You so enjoyable in the practice. At that moment, gratification and rapture and calmness and tranquility and faith and confidence in the teaching, true teaching. So at this stage, you would feel so elated with joy. because you start to see the reality, nature, dukkha, anatta, etc. So this jnana you will experience the kinds of wholesome states we need to develop, we need to maintain. And when yogi reach the stage of Sankaripika jnana, yogi is like an arahant, so calm and you are neither pleased nor displeased. When you see anything or anybody lovable or hateful, no liking, no disliking. So that jnana, you not attain yet Megaphala, is Sankaripika jnana state. You have a very unique and remarkable state. You are like an arahant. So yogi can reach this stage. So yogi is striving to maintain and to bring to perfection and that vipassana kusala, which have already arisen. If you have arisen, you need to maintain. So for atapa or for samabadana. So in brief, you put effort to prevent non-arisen akusala ahusam from arising. That is number one. Number two, you put effort to get rid of akusala ahusam deeds that have already arisen. You put effort by observing sila and developing developing samatha bhavana and practice vipassana. You can remove akusala, ahusam that have already arisen. And number three, you put effort to promote or to cause to arise wholesome deeds that have not yet arisen. So if you reach some jnana, some vipassana stages, you need to put effort to maintain. You need to put effort to develop. You need to put effort to bring to perfection these vipassana jnana that have already arisen in you. So for samavadana or atapa, need to remember, can you follow me? Effort to prevent non-arisen unwholesome. Effort to prevent non-arisen unwholesome from arising. Effort to get rid of unwholesome that have already arisen. Effort to promote, to cause, to arise wholesome deeds which have not yet arisen. Effort to maintain, effort to develop, effort to bring to perfection wholesome deeds, wholesome jnana, vipassana jnana, which have already arisen. So that is atapa or samavadana. Samavadana means great efforts. So every time you are engaged in the good deeds or dana, sila and bhavana, you are developing the atapa or the path of right effort or four great efforts. So especially when when you perform these meritorious deeds with a view to escaping from the suffering of samsara. So the meritorious deeds of vipassana meditation is the best. It is, you need to put effort in the practice of meditation. And then Malunkyaputta said to Buddha, the last one is Pahitato. One day I will stay with mind directed towards enlightenment. That means with singleness of purpose. So the Pali words for this is Pahitata. Pahitata is explained in the commentary as sending your mind towards enlightenment, or dispatching your mind towards nirvana, or directing your mind towards enlightenment. So to direct your mind towards enlightenment or nirvana means you do not pay attention to your life, you do not pay attention to your body, but just practice meditation, which will lead you to enlightenment. So that means yogi will have this singleness of purpose. I will not be bothered by my life. I will not be bothered by my body, but I will just practice meditation. So there is only one aim. It is also very important when you practice meditation. When we said to give yourself up totally to meditation, we just mean this. Direct your mind towards attainment, towards enlightenment, and you don't pay attention to any other things. There is a way to behave when you practice meditation. So here Malunkyaputta said to Buddha, one day I might dwell alone, secluded, mindful with energy that dissipates mental defilements, with mind directed towards enlightenment. So one day, please teach me a guideline for meditation. After hearing the Dhamma guidelines, I will practice meditation, staying alone, secluded, and so on. So Malunkyaputta asked Buddha to teach him a guidelines or subject of meditation. Then Buddha said, now Malunkyaputta, what am I to say to the younger monks? Why you, a broken down old man, aged, far gone in years, and have come to the third portion of your life, ask for instruction in brief. So Buddha said, what am I to say the younger monks about an old man like you asking for instruction in brief? The commentary explained that these words of the Buddha can be taken to mean either praise or censure. Malunkyaputta became a monk in his younger days, but he neglected the practice of meditation. Only in his old age, he came to the Buddha, asked him to give instruction in brief. So Buddha said, what am I to say to the younger monks? Am I to say to them also, while you are younger, don't pay attention to the practice, don't pay attention to the meditation, enjoy your life. Only when you become old, like Malunkyaputta, come to me and practice meditation. Something like that. If it is taken to mean this, then it is reproach, it is censure. And we can take it in another way. Malunkyaputta is now an old man. Even though he is old, he comes to the Buddha and asks for instruction for the practice of meditation. So you young monks, you young yogis, must not wait until you get old, like Malunkyaputta. Practice meditation when you are young. So if we take it to mean this, then these words are in praise of Malunkyaputta. We may take either meaning for the words of the Buddha here. So it was in praise, or it was in censure that Buddha said this. And Malunkyaputta was a broken down old man. Age far gone in years, and had come to the third portion of his life. Our life is supposed to be 100 years. So the third portion of our life means 70 or 80 or maybe 90 years old. Now Malunkyaputta was an old man when he went to the Buddha and asked for instruction for meditation this time. Then Malunkyaputta said, Bhante, although I'm a broken down old man, far gone in years, and have come to the third portion of my life, yet let the Buddha teach me meditation guideline in brief. Let the world speaking Buddha teach me the gist of Dharma in brief. One day I might understand the meaning of the Buddha words. I might be heir of the Buddha words. Although I'm old, I might understand your words in detail. So I might become an heir of the Blessed One's words. What that means? That means I might become a noble person. I might become an arahant. So when he requested, Buddha asked this question. So just the Buddha gave meditation instruction to a monk named Malunkyaputta. He raised the question in this way: what do you think, Malunkyaputta? Do you have any desire, lust, or affection for those forms, those rupa, cognizable by the eye, that you have not seen and never saw before, that you do not see now and do not think might be seen in the future? So Buddha gave this question to Malunkyaputta. Malunkyaputta simply answered, "No hidam bhante." Surely not, Bhante. So Buddha asked this question, and can you follow me? Do you have paper? What do you think, Malunkyaputta? Do you have any desire, lust or affection for those forms cognizable by the eye that you have not seen and never saw before, that you do not see now and do not think might be seen in the future? So how do you answer Buddha question? Is not sure, no, surely not Bandi. So answer, follow me. No hitam Bandi. That means Venerable Sir, surely not. Because desire, lust or affection for those cognizable by the eye that we have not seen, never saw before, and that we do not see now, and we do not think might be seen in the future. So there cannot arise desire, lust or affection for the undesirable objects, no anger arise. Because we never seen before, we are not seeing now, we do not think might be seen in the future. So Buddha asked other question. So tomorrow we will continue. We have to stop our discourse for today by practicing vipassana meditation, by observing every phenomena occurring at the six senses, by noting, seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, knowing continuously and meticulously. May all yogis be liberated from all suffering. May all yogis realize the real peace in the very near future. So